Shelf.
Hello and welcome to Top Shelf Board Games. I'm Hubba.
I'm Sabrina.
And today we're reviewing Ashes, Rise of the Pheonixborn. In Ashes, you are a Pheonixborn trying to defeat your opponent's Pheonixborn by summoning different creatures to the board. Using your different spell books, you can conjure creatures from your conjuration pile and place them into play into the battlefield. Use different spells to target different units to do damage to them, or even target your opponent's Pheonixborn. Also, you'll be using 4 different types of dice that make up the mana for the game, and each dice has different sides to it, and you'll be using those dice to trigger different abilities on cards and to play different cards down into the battlefield or your spell board, or as one-time actions, or to beef up creatures that you already have in play. You'll be taking a main action that you have to take and a optional side action, and once you've done that, it'll be your opponent's turn to do a main action and an optional side action, and you go back and forth doing this until both players pass consecutively. Once both players have done that, then the round ends and you go through the end of round stuff and you start back over and you keep going until one of the Pheonixborn has been defeated. So
it's definitely a battling card game.
Yeah, so Ashes it falls into the category of there's actually a lot of games out that are like this game. You got Magic, you got Pokemon, you got
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, not a board game, but you got Hearthstone that has that same feel to it. Mage Wars Academy. You have
Magic. Did you say Magic?
Yeah,
already?
Magic. But you got a lot of games out there that use this. I have a mage and I'm attacking your mage. Summoner Wars, things like that. So there's a lot of games out there like this. But what did you think about this game in particular?
I think I like this one better because I didn't feel so overwhelmed by all the choices. When you wanted to do a drafting, I was really overwhelmed because I thought I had to choose from all the cards. But the way the drafting worked made me feel more comfortable. Okay. And I like how the dice gives me... I only can do certain things because of my dice. But I can manipulate it too if I want to. I just like that there's choices, but there's minimal choices too. Like, it's not overwhelming. Okay. And because I played other cards, this was a lot easier to catch on other card games with you.
Okay.
But I think I like the characters better, I think.
What do you mean by that?
Just, I don't know. It seems like we were really battling. Like, we're a one-on-one. Like, we're really close. Like, okay. I was 3, you were 1. Or, like, even though you were at 15 and I was in 6, I still got you down to, like, 5 eventually. So it seems like it was really, really... Tight.
Okay. Yeah, this game is it has kind of that. How would you describe it? It's not an in-your-face Hearthstone. We're gonna just pound away with the different dudes fighting each other, or like Magic, but it's almost a methodical, strategic, controlled battle.
Which is what I do anyways when I play games. Right. I like to be in control.
It's. You're making a little move here, then your opponent's making a little move here, and you're doing that slow back and forth little movement here and there, setting up different things.
Trying to get
your different combo to go off, or, it's a waiting game. There's a lot of waiting in this, which seems like it could be a drawback for a game like this, but I actually found it to be very rewarding. It provided a lot of strategy, making that one move at a time. You make a move, I make a move. You make a move, I make a move. And you're slowly setting your opponent up for failure. You're setting them up for a move you're going to do down the road.
Which they can ruin it, though.
Which they could, but that's very Hearthstone-like. Hearthstone, you have these cool cards that you want to play, but if you play this card right now, they're just going to use that card to remove it from the game, or they're going to, make it pointless to play that. So you're kind of waiting for that moment to where your opponents used a lot of their dice, you don't think they can take any more actions, and then you make that move and play that card that you really have been wanting to get in play, so you can make that tack this next turn. And you're setting moves up like that, and it's very strategic in that regard. Also, the combat where you push multiple units forward, and then your opponent has the opportunity to not only block but to counter. That kind of adds an interesting twist to it, to where if you counter, you're going to exhaust your unit, and you won't be able to attack with them, or you can just absorb the damage, and then next turn you can attack with that unit. Right. Which adds a pretty cool element to it. The spell board is something that this game adds in that other games like it don't have. Mage Wars solved the problem that Magic has, as far as, Magic has that problem of a bad draw can really mess you up. If you don't get those cards you need at the right time, it can mess you up. Mage Wars solved this by taking all the cards in your deck and making them all available to you at any given time, which was an awesome idea. But for, like, Sabrina, she has to look at every card, and so it can really drag.
It takes forever
for her to make a choice, because there's just way too many options.
But yeah,
there's too many options. Mm-hmm. This one with that spell board actually solves some of that problem and still keeps it simple enough for your options that you don't have to think about a ton of different things, because you build out your spell board, and that's going to allow you to summon creatures that you don't have to draw or wait to draw into your hand to play. You can just summon them, and you can keep summoning them after they die.
Well, yes, after they die, yeah. But you only can have so many out there on the battlefield.
Right.
So.
But that, and then also having a 30-card deck instead of a 60-card deck was, lets you get through the cards a little bit quicker.
It did seem like we played quicker.
Well, but the spell board, I think, allows you, because the spell board allows you to get those cards in play that you want. And I really, really like that you get to choose your starting hand. You take 5 cards, and you get to choose those 5 that you start with. That can be really good.
At first, I felt overwhelmed, but once I got the hang of all the different characters that we played, then I got used to it, and it was okay. Yeah. So, but I like the spell board, even though you don't lose those cards, but you can still manipulate it and exhaust other people's, so they can't use their spell board either. So it's not just there; it can be manipulated too.
Yeah, and because there's a lot of cards that allow you to exhaust your opponent's spells or creatures or whatever. That kind of contributes to the slow, methodical, back and forth strategic play of, you're not going to attack me because I'm going to put this exhaustion token on this creature.
They can get frustrated.
Well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to exhaust my owl and make you discard a card. And it's doesn't seem like a very big move to just make your opponent discard 1 card, but later on in the game, when you're down to 3 cards in your draw pile and your opponent still has 15, you're going to start taking damage. And so those little subtle movements of discard a card here and there
so you may not
really
be a
add up.
Powerhouse hitter, but you can manipulate and get him to waste his cards more. So it just, each character is different. And I kind of liked one lady I was really overwhelmed with, but then after we got playing it, then I was like, oh, okay, it made sense. So, and then I did like the drafting. It completely had a different person.
Well, yeah, the game has pre-made decks that we tried several of them, and I liked it. It was really thematic. But I think the game really shines with the drafting. Drafting is actually pretty quick, and you can make a cool, unique, custom deck. And for us, the game was much more tense, I think, because you had a lot more different types of creatures, a lot more different types of spells that were interacting in unique ways.
Well, and you didn't know what some cards I had, so I had some tricks up my sleeve.
Up your sleeve, yeah. So I really liked it with the drafting. This is a game that there's a ton in the box, and you'll have a lot of variation, especially playing with the drafting rules. But I think it's definitely screaming for expansions. Adding in a lot more cards can make this, even more exciting to play. So, final thoughts.
I was just thinking you could probably get me to play this a lot more often than you could Summoner Wars or Mage Wars or any of those ones you really like, because I like this one better.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's good, because I'm kind of googly-eyed over this one, if you couldn't tell. I really like this one.
I like it was quicker. It did seem quicker.
Well, it's quicker because your turns are back and forth. It's you take a little move, I do a little move, and then you just go back and forth. There's not any big lengthy moves.
I don't think I took very long on my decisions, did
No,
I?
you didn't.
I did
it
really
was
good this time.
And I think I beat you a couple times on this one. So that's good. But great game. This is one we actually held off buying for a long time and finally went and picked it up.
I think a couple of years. Well, how old is it?
No, it came out this year.
Oh, has it?
But
you've been wanting it for a while.
Yeah. So we held off buying it and finally went and picked it up, and I'm really glad we did. Really enjoyed this one, and definitely recommend it.
It's probably on his top shelf, and I'm just mediocre with it. Like, it's not my favorite, but it's not bad.
Nothing's ever your favorite.
Uh-huh. You just have to find out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching. It's been fun. If you like this video, click subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on Twitter.
And we're on Instagram,
or like us
too.
on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Instagram. If you have any questions, comments, put them in the comment section below. Email us at topshelfboardgames@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.
Love to hear from you.
Bye.